Everybody, happy Monday. CJ Edmonds here. I hope you all had a great weekend. And as for me, I had a wonderful weekend. I'm still actually hungover over Lion King. And if my cap is any indication, it means yes, I'm still in that Pride Lands mood and loving the show. So far, it is the best show that has ever come over here in the Philippines. I'm so glad that there is the touring company goes around the world and not just in Western countries, but also here in Asia to bring us a show of that caliber. But today is not about Lion King, it's not about the musical, but I could probably do a separate video about that. Today is all about the writing life, and I'd like to give you updates on that. Now, about a month ago, sometime during March, I told you that I had some sort of a technical issue with regards to the publication of Sojourn, which is a standalone novella about the Dark District. Well, I'm here to tell you that finally it is up and available on Kindle over at Amazon, right? And I've also had a new cover made. Let me see if you can see it. This is what it is now. It's probably a little too hard for you to, too washed out for you to see and to look at. But nonetheless, you can check it out for yourself over at Amazon on Kindle, and pretty soon it's going to be available on Kobo as well. So this is a standalone novella about the Dark District, and you can sort of like look at it as some sort of a prequel to my previous work, which is Take Me Now, the first novella about the Dark District. So this is a standalone, but hopefully, if the creative bug gets me again, it might actually become a story on its own. Right now, initially this was published as part of the Darkest Dreams bundle over at Buko. Buko is a local retailer here in the Philippines, which is kind of like the same way what Kobo is to Canada and what Kindle is for people in the US and some other countries as well. So it was initially that, as part of that, offered part of the Darkest Dreams, and it was all spearheaded by Mina Esguerra, as she created a urban fantasy writing workshop, which is called Strange Lit. And so I've moved on from incorporating what I did originally in that novella into something that I feel is the best incarnation of the current work. So you can check out a free chapter of it as well. It's available on my own site, that is cjedmonds.com. And while you're at it, sign up for the newsletter and get a free chapter of Sojourn. Alrighty? So once again, that is cjedmonds.com. Now, apart from that, I'm also trying to balance my writing as well as my reading. Currently, I am going back to reading fantasy. So I'm in this Terry Brooks mode, and this is High Druid of Shannara, or Shannara for those people who would like to call it that way. Well, Brooks himself has said that if you want, he envisioned this to be read as Shannara, but if you are a fan of the series, some people call it as Shannara. So I'm kind of like partial to Shannara. It sounds better for me, but to each his own. So this is currently what I'm finishing, and I'm still on the fence whether to continue on with book 2 of the series, which is Tanacle, and book 3, which is, if I remember right, it's Strachan. All right, I do have those other 2 books in hardcover, so I'm waiting for that. Now, after I'm done with this one, I can go back to a classic. Yes, it's all about vampires again. Go back to Dracula, or go check out a young adult urban fantasy horror novel called The Merciless. Yeah. Yes, you can see that the pentagram has gotten my attention pretty much. Now, if I'm feeling a little literary, I probably would go back to Elizabeth Kostova with Shadowlands. And the glare of the... Okay, there you go. At least you can see the cover now. So Shadowlands basically brings us again back to Bulgaria. Nothing horror about this. So this is literary fiction again, just like what she did for Swan Thieves. Now, either that, or I can go back to my graphic novel reading. And what is kind of like making its presence felt is the Omnibus Volume 1 of Dresden Files. This is released under Dynamite Comics. So yeah, this is also kind of like making its way, or trying to attract my attention so that it becomes the next book to be read. Now, apart from that, I also have some rereads that I want to get into, and this is another one of them. Prince Lestat, Anne Rice. So she is coming up with the next Lestat novel, which is called Blood Communion, to be released in October. Now, I have yet to read the novel that comes after Prince Lestat, which is Prince Lestat and the Realms of Atlantis. Now, after that, then comes Blood Communion. So, as you can see, my inbox of sorts is rather full, and I'm just trying to balance the writing life, the creative life, with everything that I want to do and everything that I have to do. And I wish you all the same. I hope everyone is able to strike a balance with their lives, your individual lives, whatever it is that you need to do, what is required of you, and the kind of things that fuels your passion. So I wish you all a great week ahead, that is, and happy reading, happy writing. You take care and give yourself the chance to enjoy something new every so now and then. All right, and live your life to the best way that you can. And take care. Namaste. And I will see you again. Happy writing. Happy reading.